Tim Sherwood's punditry, if you can call it that, was a genuine abomination for United's game against Burnley, and I promise you I'm saying that without my red tinted specs on. And Gary Neville, I'm just tired of hearing a United legend pile on a young new player, seemingly without remorse. Both of them need to be discussed in this video. And you know what? I just want to have an overall conversation about Sky Sports and punditry these days, man. Ladies and gents, full disclosure before I start this video, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at coverage, punditry, what works, what people do, what punditry is, how little analysis is important these days. There's a few things I want to speak about in this one. I'm going to speak about Sheshko, Sherwood, Neville, and just the state of Sky Sports these days. Man, you may as well rebrand to TalkSport 2. Seriously. Let's go. First things first, I want to congratulate Benjamin Sheshko on the 2 goals that he scored against Burnley, because they were great finishes. I think his performance overall was pretty damn good. Could have had the hat-trick. Bit unlucky, that pass from Shaw going back. But anyway, let's ignore the fact he scored 2 goals. That's not the biggest talking point, is it? Anyway, let's talk about his absolute dinosaur, Sherwood. I'm more disappointed with Neville than I am with Sherwood, because you know what? This is what I expect from him, this bloke. Sherwood absolutely is the bloke in the corner of the pub with a pint of bitter, a pair of trousers with a hole in, pack of peanuts, just sitting on his own, reading the newspaper. And no one bothers him because he stinks. That's Tim Sherwood. That's his level of punditry. At half-time, he's there. Sheshko would not have a United shirt on for me. They are playing with 1 down. You know, he scored 2 at full-time. You think there'll be a little bit of humility. No. This is what Tim Sherwood said. You can read it. I can't be bothered to read through it again. But the reason I'm annoyed, okay, the reason I'm just pissed off, is when it comes to punditry these days, and commentary as well, and that's why Gary Neville comes into it, analysis is not important. What is important is rage baiting. What is important is clipping. And this Sky Sports is like trying to keep up with the... And I'll be honest, this is the shifting landscape of online content. In the industry I'm in, people like Brent, people like anybody else who just do whatever they need to do to rage bait, to have outrageous opinions, to just say outlandish things that get clipped up viral, go over here, go over there. It's not about analysis anymore. It's just about saying the loudest shit that sticks and gets taken elsewhere. That's all that's all they're interested in now. And I hate it so bloody much. Because I dedicate so much of my time to try and do this the right way. And I suppose that, well done, Tim Sherwood. You've rage-baited me. It's worked. Top lad. But I've got a platform here with United People's TV. And if this is I can't stop this train. It's impossible. I can't stop that this is the way that punditry is going, and Sky Sports just keeps getting further and further in the gutter. A few years ago, they were the absolute creme de la creme. They're awful now. Who wants to listen to Redknapp and Sherwood speak before a game? Yeah. All right, that's off your pop. They've lost their authenticity. They've just lost their audience. And they're trying to grab at it. But yeah, if this... I can't stop this from happening. But you know what I can do then? I'm going to come out swinging and just defending my players. That's what this platform's going to be then. Because the more you put out, the more nonsense I see, the more I will defend my players, because I have to, because we have to as fans in this landscape that's changing, because the scrutiny just goes to the nth degree. But as I said, like, you can speak about how much of just a complete whopper Sherwood is, and he is. Not the first example of it. Gary Neville, man, is just somebody who I'm so just infinitely disappointed in, man. Which might sound like a strange thing to say. In that game, like, Sheshko has a loose first touch. Boom, he's on him like a vulture. Scores a second goal. What does he go? Does Gary Neville go, you know what? I was a bit harsh on him in the first half. No, he says bingo time. I don't know where bingo time came from. That was his reaction to Sheshko scoring his second goal. I just find it odd. Like, Gary, you were a young player coming through. You can't be anything but kids. You know how much of an impact these words can have on players. But maybe you don't really, because that was a non-social media environment. But what we've seen with Ruben Amorim mentioning Neville's name twice. Neville's voice carries. It has way more power and legitimacy than mine ever will. And this isn't a jealousy sort of thing. This is just a reflection of the fact that Gary Neville had an incredible career and is a United legend as a player, but as a former player now, and you can add him to the list of former United players who just don't help United players anymore. Not the first example of it. After the Forest game, Gary Neville went after him. After the Brighton game, Gary Neville went after him. And that was after, Šeško had that lovely assist, I think it was, from Bumo. I actually thought Šeško played quite well that game. And then Dimitar Berbatov came out in defence of Šeško after that. And it was just a bit odd. And the whole thing with Gary Neville on Šeško just feels a bit strange. I'll be honest. I don't think it's anywhere near the level, as I said, people like Sherwood. It's why I don't listen to TalkSport. But now it's permeating into things I do watch, like Sky Sports, which I'm going to be watching less and less. Half-time comes on, mute. Full-time, mute. I'm just there for the game now. I used to watch it for the analysis, for the insight, for the conversation. But instead, it's now just as bad as TalkSport. And the things I hate and the things I absolutely stand against in terms of content and choices. And I don't get it with Gary Neville. He's just sold the overlap to global media who own Capital Radio and stuff like that. He's got a media empire. He knows. He's very much in tune with what happens and what is said. And I just don't get why he just continues to add fuel to the fire. I would expect that from Jamie Carragher. I would expect that from Thierry Henry. I'd expect it from any other player. But if you're a United player and an ex-United player, just support your team. He's completely lost any sense of, you wouldn't know he was a former United player. And maybe this is just me expecting stuff that doesn't exist. Maybe it's me just getting offended by things more so than most, but it's because I spend so much of my day every day inside this industry trying to create content that I think not only resonates with United fans, but actually offers a little bit of insight and isn't just about being a performative clown. Let's point and laugh at the monkey. That's what so much content is these days, and it's just so infuriating. As for Šeško himself, I know it's easy for me to say this, but just ignore it, lad, as much as you can. Just close the doors at old. The only way that United ever get back to the top is if Carrington really becomes this fortress again, where it's anyone but United. That was the mentality back in the day, and it was easy enough to close it off. Why can't former United players just stand in the corner of United players, even if it makes them look a bit silly? It just annoys me no end. And to hear that from Sherwood yesterday, it's just the latest example of why Sky Sports is just not what it once was, and the changing industry, which just frustrates me so much.